let us do one more mega board thread. This one is from Mizzou Today, our Missouri site, and this is the Tiger Walk message board. So Doya, one of their posters, posted this on Sunday morning after the game, and Missouri beat Mississippi State on Saturday night. And he said the title of this is The Drink Question. And I mean, the reason is Eli Drinkwitz's name has come up in a bunch of these searches. Florida, LSU, I believe it's come up in the Penn State search. There have been rumors about Eli Drinkwitz at all these places because he's had a lot of success at Missouri. It makes a lot of sense. So this is what Doyer wrote. Last night's TV analyst said something. Drink said 25 Fortune 500 companies in Missouri and none advertise in the stadium. Now, we've all heard that before. Not sure if it's true or false. Also, don't know if he was told this week or if he's parroting old stuff. But we all believe Mizzou could not keep up NIL-wise. I said it last summer that if Drink leaves, it is because of lack of NIL. It seems we got outbid for Mateer, Mendoza, and 2 linemen. I know we have good NIL, but is it great? And they go on there. It's a great question because Eli Drinkwitz has done a lot to help Missouri be able to build a better roster. Like, this is a guy who was lobbying the state legislature to change laws so that he could have an advantage in recruiting. And you've seen that advantage play out at times. You've seen that advantage play out where they're getting guys who are kind of top of their position group in the country at Missouri. But if they feel like they can't keep up, or if he feels like he can't keep up and some bigger fish comes along and wants to take him, I understand where the Missouri people are coming from. Like, feeling somewhat hopeless that they can't keep him.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting, too, because once Lane Kiffin comes to a decision, which could happen in the next week, right? Once we know what Lane Kiffin is doing, and then the fantasy land of getting him has to disappear from 2 of the 3 places that are involved in this, how much intensity gets ramped up for people like Eli Drinkwitz. Like, he hasn't really been a main fixture of the Florida discussion, but if Lane Kiffin does not choose to go to Florida, does all of a sudden do you latch on to that? And then you start going full court press on him, and then all of a sudden we're having a discussion of like, is Mizzou as good of a job as Florida? Because I think you can make the case that Ole Miss is as good of a job as Florida right now, but is Mizzou? And that, I think, is the heart of the question on the
and he hasn't been able to get over the hump at Mizzou, and there's 2 arguments to that. You can say it's because of something structural that they can't necessarily get the roster to compete, or you can say it's because he hasn't gotten over the hump, and that is sort of the James Franklin at Penn State situation. Like, Eli Drinkwitz wins the games he's supposed to win. I'm trying to remember a game that he's lost that he wasn't supposed to lose. Like, he wins those games, but they don't have the shocking upset where they beat one of the just supremely more talented teams.
Yeah.
And they played Alabama really tough this year.
But you do think that he would be a good fit at Florida if push came to shove, right?
Oh, yes. Florida, LSU, Auburn, any of those. I think he could win anywhere.
Yeah.
I think that Eli Drinkwitz is a pretty relentless recruiter and also will do whatever he needs to do behind the scenes to work with his administration to create the best possible situation. I think you look at what he's done at Missouri, and it's a situation where they've had an athletic director change while he's been there, but he has done a great job setting them up where that was a job where you think in this era, or especially the previous year before revenue share, so the NIL but pre-rev share, that Missouri should have been one of the have-nots that just got left behind. He made damn sure they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important. And I think that means he'll be creative and he'll be able to figure stuff out wherever he is, whether it's at Missouri or somewhere else, to make sure there's still a competitive roster.
Just do me a favor and don't say things like there's more to be proud of than making the playoff. That's probably true. That. Just don't say it. Like, Florida doesn't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, but Butch Jones will tell you that. Just say I'm disappointed that we didn't, and that's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
but I love these guys, and we're gonna try to win. If there's a ball on a scoreboard, we're gonna try to win. Like, I should open a PR consulting firm. Like, that's all you got to say.
Yeah, because it's like, I think that like there are things that you can say that are true, but you shouldn't say it.
Yeah, exactly. So But I'm interested to see what happens with Eli Drinkwitz. The Missouri fans in this thread, very reasonable. Like it's one of the more intelligent threads you're going to read because they've clearly thought all this through and they have very good reasons for feeling the way they do. Some of them are obviously frustrated because they would like to be able to keep their coach. They don't like the idea that, any of these other schools snaps their fingers and he might just come. But we're going to talk about Panini, the makers of the most collectible sports cards on the planet. Visit PaniniAmerica.net to start your collection of college and NFL stars. Ari has a massive collection already. I got a pack of Donruss Elite right here. These are very shiny cards. They're very shiny. They've got some inserts in here that are absolutely amazing. Justin Herbert, perhaps the best defensive player in the game right now, Myles Garrett. And Ari, I got a big one.
A big one? Be careful.
Turn of the century, numbered to $4.99, Tyler Warren autograph.
Might want to hold on to that one. People love him. He's really
amazing. Ooh,
2019 Panini Prizm silver autograph rookie card of Danny Dimes. Oh. I picked that up the second he signed with the Colts for like $80, and now I think it's worth more than $500.
Wow. PaniniAmerica.net to start your collection today. Maybe it will someday be as extensive as Ari's. I think they all kind of understand the situation, and I think they understand they got a really good coach right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm looking out for them this week. I think they're going to give Oklahoma a game. I really do.
We talked about it. Okay, what did I just say? Doesn't have those kind of wins? That would be one of those kind of wins.
Yeah. I don't know if Beau's playing, but if he is, that might be
So watching what Eli has said this week, I'm not as confident as I was on Monday.
Okay.
Because he did warm up last week, but Eli said this week that was part of his rehab. It's all part of the plan, and it was a dislocated ankle. So what sounds like a very serious injury. So it may be that he's not ready yet, and it is Matt Zoller's going against Oklahoma.
Either way, I think it's possible that we're watching that game with sitting up in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
And that's not a knock on Oklahoma. I just think that Mizzou's a number 22 team, and they want to win a big game on the road.
Yeah,
and it's not easy to come across or come off of an emotional win the way that Oklahoma did and get right back up on the horse and be playing that intense ball for 4 quarters. Mm-hmm. It's just teams fail in those situations all the time.
Keep your eyes peeled. It is Wednesday, so Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time is usually when the SEC drops those first availability reports of the week. So we'll see where Beau Pribula lands on that. We'll see where R. Mason Thomas lands on that. Remember, Oklahoma held him out. He has the injury from the strip scoop score play in the Tennessee game where he actually got hurt on the play while running for a touchdown. But he missed last week's game against Alabama. Important part of their pass rush, but Oklahoma has one of the deeper front sevens in the country. They are one of the few teams that can lose an impact edge rusher and still be okay. But they obviously need R. Mason Thomas. If they're going to make the playoff, they're going to need R. Mason Thomas in the playoffs. So
yeah,
they want to get him back. But so watch out for Beau Pribula, R. Mason Thomas, a couple others on that availability report coming out Wednesday
on Saturday for Oklahoma. So
sure does. Need to win this one. Need to win the LSU game. But it's gonna be fun to watch. We got big games this weekend. We got one more big show before we get to the games, and it is a Dear Andy and Dear Ari show. Of course, we love to hear from you. So send us an email, andystaples on3@gmail.com or ari.wasserman@on3.com. You can hit us up on social media with your questions. We've already got a bunch of good ones for this week, but always looking for more good questions.